didn't think that kids were capable of doing something so evil. So this 5-year-old girl, her name is Amari Jones, is living in Cleveland, Ohio, and one afternoon her mother Ontavia needed someone to babysit her just for a couple of hours because she was gonna go out of the house and run a few errands. So she decides to drop off Amari at a family member's house knowing that she was gonna be safe. So she brings Amari over and Ontavia leaves, and at first everything was going perfectly fine. Amari is outside hanging around playing like kids her age are supposed to do, until these 3 other kids show up. And I know that sentence doesn't sound scary on its own because hello, we're talking about kids here, but that is what makes this story so stomach turning, because these weren't adults in disguise or strangers lurking in these creepy vans or anything that we've been taught to watch out for. These are literally children. So it was 2 boys who were 8 and 9 and then 1 girl who was 10 years old, and they walk up to Amari and they're like, hey, do you want to be friends? And Amari, she's like, oh my god, like these kids seem so cool and they're nice. They're older than me too, so that means that I can be with the cool kids now, so of course we could be friends. But unfortunately, these kids had another plan in their sinister little minds. So the 10-year-old girl, she starts talking to Amari like she's genuinely being kind, like she actually wants to play. And if you're 5 years old and someone is bigger than you, cooler than you, and wants to hang out with you, that is the ultimate validation. It's like getting chosen for the secret club of cool kids. So when this girl reaches her hand out and says, hey, do you want to play with us? Amari does not hesitate. She happily grabs her hand and walks with them to this really secluded area deep in the woods that was about a quarter mile away from the house. And once they're there, Amari, who's probably still clueless and wanting to play, doesn't even realize that these 3 devils just completed phase 1 of their trap. Get her away from the adults, because now they can do what they really came there to do, and no one will hear her cry for help or scream. Now listen, I'm gonna tell you what they did to her, but I'm gonna have to tell you a version that my heart can find a way to say out loud, because the real details they're not just horrifying, like they're the kind of thing that makes you want to leave the planet and then burn it. These monsters start attacking Amari over and over again until she falls unconscious. And please take note that it takes a lot of pain for you to be able to fall unconscious. They then urinate all over her and they start pulling out chunks of her hair, throwing her everywhere, beating on her, and then they take off her clothes. They wrap it around her neck and they use it to her. And to really be as evil as humanly possible, well, I'm not even sure if these kids are considered human, but they then decide to SA her with sticks. Like, yes, wooden sticks, and they're putting it in areas that you don't even want to imagine. And again, let me remind you, these are 3 kids, children that are 8, 9, and 10 years old. I mean, genuine question, what kind of world are we living in where the threat isn't some grown man in a creepy van, but 3 kids who are still learning multiplication? Like, what happened to make them capable of this kind of cruelty? I have to ask, where the hell are their parents? And then, as if this wasn't already a nightmare that no one should ever have to imagine, they